Your mac and cheese is messed up.
One great thing about social media is that everyone loves sharing photos of their culinary conquests and, not so victorious food preparation moments. So, here to remind you that you're doing a good job in the kitchen are 20 hilarious expectations versus reality food fails of the internet. I'm melting!
I'm melting! Melting! Oh, what a world! What a world!
Oh, the Smurfs, they're cute and they're blue. What more could you ask for from a fictional cartoon? Well, in cupcake form, they look great as an expectation. But the reality cupcake Smurf definitely looks like it has had better days. The funny thing is, whoever actually attempted to make this Smurf cupcake looks like they just got too eager and didn't exactly wait for it to cool off.
Well, let me be frank. She's a rubbish baker.
Maybe if they had been more patient, this poor Smurf would be thriving instead of turning into the Wicked Witch of the West. Tisn't the season.
You thought you could steal Christmas, did you?
Santa didn't exactly come to town bearing gifts and merriment with this bread, but more so looking like the real Nightmare Before Christmas. Or perhaps the Nightmare on Elm Street. The expectation Saint Nick is happy-looking, has a well-coiffed beard, an accurate-looking red cap, and just overall resembles Santa Claus. The reality? Well, the reality Santa bread is a frightening and frightened-looking loaf that appears like, well, kind of a mutant.
Santa?
One Reddit user even went so far as to say that this is what happens if you stay up all night delivering presents. The bare minimum.
Who's that?
Sometimes people just get away with doing the bare minimum. We kid, but looking at this, we believe that someone wasn't kidding at all, but instead wanted to put the scare on. The expectation here was to create a cuddly-looking bear made of rice wrapped in an egg blanket with a side of fresh veggies to top it off.
Delicious.
But the reality was something out of Poltergeist meets Scream. And, well, if you've got something that looks like it escaped from a horror film on your plate, are you really going to just dig in? Got nothing on Martha.
Security, get him!
What, are you afraid somebody in the fast food world's gonna show you up?
Martha Stewart is known as the domestic goddess queen and close friend of Snoop Dogg. So when you hear her name, you know that it's going to be good. You see, Martha has a cupcake cones recipe for creating faux ice cream cones, perfect for parties and other social functions.
You look like Martha Stewart with that thing.
Someone tried to make these ice cream-inspired cupcakes and ended up creating a mess that looks like an earthquake took place. A big blue mess with ice cream cones sticking out. Perhaps actually following the recipe would help this person out in the future. Rubber Ducky disaster.
What exactly is the function of a rubber duck? Oh.
In a rubber ducky disaster that no one's childhood wants to see, a baker gave making rubber ducky cupcakes a go. The result was a cataclysmic error in baking judgment. The rubber ducky cupcakes in reality look like a mushy mess that can almost be mistaken for demon ducks with a vendetta.
Come and taste it. Slips down your throat.
And to make matters worse, some of these rubber duckies are even crying. They have literally been reduced to tears. You know things are bad when even the rubber duckies know that they have failed the assignment. The freshman brown sugar pecan bear 20.
Nothing is anybody's fault, but things happen.
Ever heard of the freshman 20? You know those 20 pounds a student tends to put on in their first year of college? Well, we present you with the freshman brown sugar pecan bear 20. A baker truly missed the mark in trying to recreate the Food Network's brown sugar pecan bears. The expectation for this treat is a bite-sized bear hugging a pecan. The reality, however, actually looks like a monster with a pecan for a belly button that is at least a good 15 times the size. Significantly plumper than the expectation and arguably not even resembling a bear at all, this one is a fail. What happened to Minnie?
We had some real bad luck at first, but everything's dandy doodles now.
Well, we know the drill. Birthday wishes must be granted when and where they can. So one family member decided to shell out some hard-earned cash to get a Minnie Mouse cake made for their niece. The expectation was a beautifully made pink and white 3-tier cake with Minnie's smiling face atop the top layer.
Minnie?
Well, in real life, instead of Minnie's recognizable face atop a refined cake, the finished product looks like a Minnie Mouse look-alike is looking down at the cake in delight and about to eat it herself. F-A-I-L, fail. Banana Penguin's Dismay.
You see the position you put me in? I ain't gotta stand here with the stomach growling while I savor this delicious treat.
A chocolate-covered banana penguin is a great way to make dessert fun for everyone involved. When made correctly, they look like legit penguins. But when made incorrectly, they look like Angry Birds straight out of the game. Described as banana halves dipped in semi-sweet chocolate chips with dried apricot feet and beaks and white chocolate chip eyes, the expectation just about spells it out for you.
Yeah, it's what you want, and it's what I want.
Well, someone may need to learn how to follow directions because what they created was chocolate-covered banana penguins whose tuxedo jackets look disorganized, disheveled, and dismayed. Someone give those banana penguins a hug. Panda Mistake.
Something hot.
We have rolls that just came out.
Even hotter.
We're not sure if we're supposed to fear this creation, battle it at the end of a video game level, or eat it with caution. The original looks like it's either professionally made or created by someone who knew what they were doing. The reality, however, resembles a happy blob with Oreos for arms, ears, and legs.
I don't think we are on the same page.
Reddit users agreed that this one takes the cake as a food fail, saying, okay, not even the ears are right. Someone is trying to get out of baking cakes in the future. And another replied saying, and they have succeeded beyond their wildest expectations. It's wildly something, that's for sure. Demon Rabbit Biscuits.
Do you think there's like a vet nearby or?
I don't know where vets are.
These rabbit biscuits look like they came from another realm, and Buffy the Vampire Slayer would have had to fight them off to save all of humanity. Sheesh. Someone tried to make rabbit biscuits, which were originally all nice and cute looking. They look like the type of bunny rabbits you would want to take home and care for. Not the type that if you'd seen them in the street, you'd run faster than Usain Bolt to get to safety.
Oh man, that is just wrong.
We never saw that we'd fear a cookie, but the ears turned into horns on these bunny rabbits, accompanied with the overall angry expressions on their faces, make us wonder what went wrong and who do we have to call so that it never happens again. Fate of the Snowman.
It's not my problem.
Geez, you really tore me apart with that, Rick. You know, you're right, I'm going vegan.
Snowman cake pops are not supposed to look like they've been sitting in the sun, but rather like they were just made on a freezing cold winter's day. The expectation of a snowman cake pop is that the face will be round, a hat will be on top, and for heaven's sake, the carrot will be in the middle of the face as a nose. Well, the reality wasn't exactly so successful.
Let's watch some crazy stuff, yo!
Some of these snowmen not only looked haggard, but they were hatless, not circular in shape, and some of their noses were even where a unicorn's horn would be. These snowmen look like the real deal, but we're pretty sure that's not what the creator wanted. Baby chick bread roll catastrophe.
No! No!
Someone took the initiative to create an adorable baby chick bread roll. It was supposed to emerge looking like precious rows of baby chicks in bread form, and in the end, it looks like a bunch of baby chicks of varying sizes and consistencies trying to escape from the bread roll.
Okay, can we walk it off?
I don't believe so.
Visibly burnt in some places, perhaps this bread roll was supposed to be taken out just shy of when it actually was removed from the oven. We're not too sure what exactly went wrong, just that something definitely did. Bad sheep cake.
Oh, you are so cute. Yes, you are, you.
Trouble sleeping? Well, don't count sheep cakes like this one because you'll be confused as to what exactly you're even counting. Okay, the expectation was all good. The cake truly resembled a sheep just chilling on the grass.
Out of the way, you.
In the end, the reality was essentially a long cake smothered in white icing, with icing lazily placed in the facial region to attempt to make a sheep. Well, this attempt was a fail, because unless someone told you exactly what this cake was, you would have no idea it was even a sheep. Deviled egg chicks or minions?
Can we order pizza?
Pizza? You just had lunch.
Someone wanted to have some fun with their eggs in the kitchen, but if we're grading them like we're back in school, then they get a big F. The expectation was to create cute deviled eggs chicks, but in the end, we think they created, well, minions? We get that minions can make for a great group costume idea, but for eggs, we're not so certain, especially since, well, there's no evidence that this is even what they were trying to do. Sorry to this person, but this one goes into the failure pile stat. The Leaning Castle of Pinka.
Dad, don't you want to turn around and see the tower?
There's a picture of it on my cup.
Whether you've been to Italy or not, chances are you've heard of the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Well, we present to you the Leaning Castle of Pinka. The expectation was for a beautiful princess cake, complete with pink and white icing decor, and Disney princesses such as Ariel and Snow White hanging about. Well, the reality was of a highly angular and predominantly pink cake. We're going to have to give this cake a fail despite its good intentions. Cake is supposed to be upright, not look like it's trying to get away from Auntie Myrtle's kisses. Non-existent Valentine's bacon heart.
You won't be needing this.
Many people enjoy their bacon well done, but most don't like it so crispy that it's practically non-existent. The expectation with this Valentine's bacon heart was to cook a strip of bacon in the shape of a heart. But if you check out the reality, you will see that there is nothing cute about this at all. The bacon was so well done that it doesn't even resemble bacon anymore. It looks more like a charred heart, horseshoe, and circular shapes that look like they maybe used to be bacon. A waste of someone's time and, worst of all, of bacon. All the colors of the rainbow.
It contains all the colors of the rainbow. It will bring the whole world together.
The idea was to make rainbow pancakes. Fairly straightforward. There are only a few prerequisites when it comes to making pancakes. Each one is supposed to be of a certain consistency, size, and shape. That's it. Otherwise, it's go to town and have fun.
Pancakes are love.
Well, one breakfast chef trying to recreate rainbow pancakes and ended up making some Shrek-style pancakes. The expectation was to make a beautiful array of colored pancakes, while the version created in reality is a thick, dilapidated-looking and questionably colored breakfast food. Can you spell fail? SpongeBob and Patrick cookies.
Oh, these cookies! I gotta get the recipe from Les.
The expectation here was to make treats that actually look a lot like SpongeBob and Patrick from SpongeBob SquarePants. In the end, the actual cookies that were made resemble a horrified version of SpongeBob with what appears to be 2 teeth sticking out of his tongue, accompanied by his starfish friend Patrick, who looks just happy to be there.
Put that cookie down! Now!
In a way, we think that the reality is more representative of SpongeBob and Patrick's true personalities, but the expectation definitely resembles them a lot more. Fail for sure. Hello, Eggy?
Fail!
Fail!
I deserve that.
The intention was to create a kitty cat out of fried eggs. Seems both simple and yet complicated to do at the same time, but an amateur chef made the attempt. Well, that ended in a fail with a capital F. Hello Kitty never looked so sad than in this food fail. The egg cat's left eye yolk is busted open and oozing all over, as fried eggs tend to do. And then, to make matters worse, the mouth is gaping open in the place of where a cute little snout is supposed to be.
It's a bleeping mess!
Hello, Eggy. You okay? Pinterest finger cookies.
That is scary, but not as scary as that.
What?
Pinterest has a lot of good ideas, so when one baker had a go at making finger cookies found on Pinterest, they expected to create something that actually resembled the expectation. The original finger foods look like slightly deformed regular fingers that are a bit bloody around the nail. Yuck. Not really so appetizing, but to each their own. The reality, however, Stumpy McStumperson's in the oven.
Oh! Okay, stop!
The cookies turned out at least double the size of the originals. If the Pinterest finger cookies version looks like the real monster-style fingers, then the reality is real ogre ones. Stick around, tap or click on another great video, hit that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell.